In this video, just like every month, we'll cover the July 2023 Visa Bulletin, big advances in family-based categories, and unfortunately, some retrogression in the EB3 category. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Immigration Channel. This is where we explain complex immigration matters in short, simple videos. We make immigration easy. And in this video, just like every other month, we'll go over the July 2023 Visa Bulletin. We'll talk about some of the interesting changes that are happening, quite a few interesting movements in the family-based categories, and unfortunately some retrogression in the EB3 category. Before we dive in to the Visa Bulletin, make sure you subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. As always, if you need assistance with any of your immigration matters, all you have to do is send me a text to 619-483-4549. We're here for you. So before we jump into the charts and analyze the charts like we do every single month, let's go over the highlights of what's happening in the July Visa Bulletin. Let's start with the family-based petitions. I'm going to give you some of the highlights in the dates for filing chart. For example, F1 category for Mexico moved forward by 1 month. F1 category for China, India, and the rest of the world moved forward by 8 months. This is a pretty big jump. And as I mentioned in previous videos about the Visa Bulletin, I told you that after June, you're going to start seeing a pretty rapid movement in family-based categories. And there, what do you know? It's happening. And some more good news are going to come in the next few months as well. But this is a great news for those of you that are waiting. 8 months advance. We haven't seen this for a long time. F2B Mexico advanced by 3 months. A small movement, but already a good movement in the right direction because you're going to see even further movement in the next few months. F3 China and the rest of the world had a small movement of only 3 weeks. F4 China and the rest of the world also had a small movement of 4 weeks as well. And finally, F4 Mexico, a small movement of only 2 weeks. Again, these are small movements, but you can see they're happening. And the biggest shift we've seen was in the F1 category, which we're very excited about. Final action date chart, we've seen a movement of 2.5 months in the F3 category. The rest of the categories had a slight movement of only a few weeks, but still definitely some movement. EB3 category for India retrogressed by more than 3.5 years to January 1st, 2009. This is devastating news for a lot of our Indian clients who are waiting for years and years already, trying to get their green cards, and now we have a setback of 3.5 years. EB3 for all other countries is only going to retrogress by 4 months to February 1st, 2022. Now EB3 for the rest of the world will retrogress by 4 months to February 1st, 2022. Again, it's a small retrogression, but it is retrogression, and probably a similar movement is going to happen in the next few months. EB1, EB2, and EB5 will remain the same for the July Visa Bulletin. And again, the reason why this is happening is as more and more of these embassies and consulates are starting to process cases much faster, more visa appointments are going to start being available, and you're going to see a shift in the Visa Bulletin. Most of these embassies and consulates are working normally right now. While some of them are still delayed, while some of them are still slow, they are working. And we can see that shift in the MVC processing times, which we've done a separate video about as well. And you can see that as well in the movement of Visa Bulletin to reflect the fact that there are more and more family categories are going to be available. But we definitely see an impact on the employment-based side because of demand for visas is still very high. Now let's jump into the charts. Now before we jump into the charts, if you're doing your adjustment of status from inside the United States, the UCS published its own version of the Visa Bulletin. Employment based and you're doing your adjustment from inside the United States, you need to follow the final action date chart. If you're a family-based category and you're applying for adjustment of status in the United States, you should be following the dates of filing chart. Now let's jump into the charts, starting with employment-based. First preference, rest of the world is current. China is at February 1st, 2022. India is at February 1st, 2022. Mexico is current, and the Philippines is current. Moving to EB2, second preference, the rest of the world, as I mentioned before, retrogressed by a few months. It's now February 15, 2022. China is at June 8, 2019. India is at January 1st, 2011. Mexico is at February 15, 2022, and the Philippines is February 15, 2022. Moving to third preference, big retrogression there. The rest of the world is February 1st, 2022. China is at April 1st, 19. India, huge retrogression, as I mentioned, 3.5 years, January 1st, 2009. Mexico is at February 1st, 2022. The Philippines is February 1st, 2022. Fourth preference is at September 1st, 2019 for the rest of the world. China is at September 1st, 2018. India is September 1st, 2018. Mexico is also September 1st, 2018. And the Philippines is September 1st, 2018. P5 unreserved is current for the rest of the world. China is at September 8th, 2015. India is April 1st, 2017. Mexico is current and the Philippines is current. Moving to the family-based categories, let's look at the chart. F1 category is rest of the world, December 15, 2014. China is December 15, 2014. India, December 15, 2014. Mexico is at April 22nd, 2001. And the Philippines is March 1st, 2012. F2A category is at September 8, 2020 for the rest of the world. China is at September 8, 2020. India is September 8, 2020. Mexico is November 1st, 2018. And the Philippines is September 8, 2020. F2B category is rest of the world, September 22nd, 2015. China is September 22nd, 2015. India is September 22nd, 2015. And Mexico is August 1st, 2001. The Philippines is October 22nd, 2011. F3 category is December 22nd, 2008 for the rest of the world. China is December 22nd, 2008. India is December 22nd, 2008. And Mexico is January 15, 1998. And finally, Philippines is June 8, 2002. And finally, F4 category, rest of the world is April 22nd, 07. China is April 22nd, 07. India is September 15, 2005. And Mexico is August 1st, 2000. And the Philippines is August 22nd, 02. As you can see, July 2023 Visa Bulletin has some good news for family-based categories, a rapid movement of almost 8 months in the F1 category, and some retrogression in employment-based categories as well. But overall, we've seen some movement, and you're going to see a lot of more reflection coming out in August, September, as we end the fiscal year in October. Let's see some interesting movement in the different visa categories. So all we can tell is stay tuned, keep following our videos for any updates about the Visa Bulletin and NVC and all the other things that are happening at embassies and consulates. As soon as we have that info, we promise to pass it to you first. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on our next video.